Have you started filming any of it yet? Have you already done all the auditions and all that sort of stuff?
Done all the auditions.
All in the bag.
We did all of that in
Were
January.
you amused at any point? any
always
bits?
amused. The show always delivers. Do you know what? This year we were spoilt for choice.
Oh, good.
Honestly, you are in for such a good show. I cannot express just how brilliant it was. We'd all pressed our golden buzzers before we even got to Manchester.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and literally every act we were like, oh, we could have pressed them for that act or for that act. So we were spoilt for choice.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Is there anything different? Because obviously, you know, for a little while after sort of Pudsey and everything, everyone's like, right, I'm going to bring my dog. Clearly Harry wins. Is there anything different sort of come up in this series?
People come and audition dressed up as dogs now, thinking that that's going to win. Do you know what? We're always pleasantly surprised at how people still come up with things that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And that's the brilliance of the show. Every year we get asked, has Britain run out of talent? I say, no, we've got more talent, because I think people watch the show and they get inspired. And they want to come along and they want to give it a go. And you're in for a real roller coaster ride.
Yeah. Cool. And you've got a hidden talent now, haven't you?
Have I?
Yeah.
Rabbits?
No, but as an author.
Tell us about the book. Were you chatting with David, going, all right, he's doing all right with books? Right.
I mean, David is inspiring, as
course.
are so many authors out there. I've always wanted to write a book. I've always been a writer, whether it's been through songs, through poetry, and it felt like a very natural, authentic fit. I guess, as you know, when you have children and you read stories to them every night and you're a creative person, it just gets your juices flowing and you kind of think, oh, I'd love to give that a go. And I really thought about the kind of characters Azura would be reading about.
Yeah.
I wanted to create a really strong role model that boys and girls could really look up to.
We were all talking about it before. We'd love it. We'd absolutely love the concept. It's great.
Thank you.
It's exactly what my 10-year-old daughter needs, because I love the whole superhero thing. And is your daughter 4?
She's 4.5, yes.
So you're planning this for her
That's
as she
right.
comes along. I love
That's
that.
right, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the storyline, although we've read it, the audience obviously.
Oh, she was on Loose Swimming, wasn't she? So it's a story about an 11-year-old little girl who's a superhero, and one day in an emotional outburst at school, these lightning beams come shooting from her fingertips, and she discovers that she's a superhero, as are all the other females in her family, and her mum's been keeping it a secret from her. So the story's really cool. It's all about her denying her skill set and wanting to be a normal girl and just fitting and not wanting to shine. Yeah. And the overriding message in the book is that I'm saying to all young children, don't be afraid of who you are. It's okay to be different. And even though she's the superhero in the story, she's got all her friends, the bright sparks that help her along the way. And it's about team effort, it's about friendship, and it's about standing out and being different.
And do you know what I think is so great about the age that you've chosen as well? Because my daughter's 11.
Oh, I'm going to get you guys some books.
We've got them.
Great. You've got some?
Yeah.
It was like my magic.
So we were across everything that we're talking
fabulous.
about with you today. But my daughter's 11, and I think that's such an important age for a girl.
Definitely.
Because you're just leaving behind the little girlness,
That's
if
right.
you know what I mean.
That's
and
right.
you're just starting to change mentally, physically, biologically, and everything else. But to reassure them that actually being a little bit quirky is awesome and powerful and great, and don't just try and conform.
So cool that you're getting all your hidden messages in that you want, isn't it?
I have. I've got all these lovely positive nuggets throughout the book and subliminal messages, and that's really what you want. And I think about, as a parent, what I want my daughter to be.
But that's going to say, it's also about what kind of mum you want to be
That's
what you want to say, because you're a working mum, you're busy, and we were talking earlier about braiding hair and what's a sort of dad job and a girl job.
Right.
Whereas you are out there as a working mum, you'll be away from home, and we all know we've had it. Oh, so you're away from home, are you? What kind of mum do you want to be? So do you ever get any of that? People kind of...
Well, I don't suffer from the mum guilt thing. I want my daughter to see me working hard. I want to set an example to her. You can have it all.
Also, you've got a good backup, haven't you? You've got your mum that looks after
my
and
mum
your
and
partner.
my partner's amazing, and we just make it work, you know. And I think it's positive. I want to show her the world and open her mind up to what's possible out there. I don't want to put any limitations on myself or my daughter, and that's kind of what inspired the book, because Aurora Beam, the world is at her fingertips, and I hope people take away something positive from it.
Great. Refreshing to hear that, actually, because we do all tend to... I think we often tend to just trip into that, I feel guilty. But you made me think this morning, because I thought, do I actually feel guilty? No, I don't actually.
I miss her.
I'm feeling guilty about it.
I mean, I miss her. It's like, when I'm away from her, it's like my right arm is missing,
But
and
it's
I pine for
different.
her, but it's
But what
different.
you're doing
It's
is
feeling-
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel exactly the same. I feel really strongly that we tell young girls, you can do anything that you want to do. And then something happens when you get to sort of 20, 30 and you go, are you settling down? Are you having babies? Oh, no, you don't want to do that.
Exactly.
Why do we do that? We almost build them up and then push them back down again.
That's
so good
right.
for you.
Thank
we
you.
love you.
Oh, thank you very much. I love you.